The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint, Okuma, and The Real Seat at 707 Union Avenue in Brielle. Gear up now for Back Bay striped bass and ask for your free gift with any purchase.
We're on the road again this week, and here I'm in Camden County, Winslow Township, with the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. I'm Jim Hutchinson at a brand new tackle shop. It's Bait and Hook in Sicklerville, and as a matter of fact, they have the grand opening celebration this Saturday, March 11th from 9 to 4. You're going to find a lot of great drawings, prizes, casting contests, refreshments. Factory reps will be on hand. You'll see the full ad in the March edition of the Fisherman magazine. Tell you, they've got a whole wall lined up with plastics. And if you saw the email report this week about the brand new Shimano Tranks reel, they've got those here as well. As a matter of fact, you could stop by and get 10% off all Shimano products this week when you visit Bait and Hook. That's this Saturday for their grand opening celebration. They're at 366 Burlington Cross Keys Road in Sicklerville. If you want to add that into your GPS this week, it's just a few miles north of the Atlantic City Expressway. Now, also, of course, in the Fisherman magazine for the March edition is Nick Honicheski's article on striper fishing this month, and it took off on opening day, March 1st, with that Back Bay fishery. Now, we know it's super crowded over at Oyster Creek, just like shooting fish in a barrel, although as Captain Alex Majewski of Lighthouse Sport Fishing said, sometimes shooting fish in a barrel is a lot of fun, if you don't mind the crowds, and as long as the crowds don't mind you. Of course, the backside of LBI has started to produce. We found that over the week. When we talked to Sue at Surf City Bait and Tackle, a 20-pounder was caught on a bucktail. That was Bobby and Donnie. They checked in to Surf City with that fish, someplace mid-island. They're keeping their lips pretty tight on that one. Although we also found out from Absecon Bay Sportsman Center that Donald Cook had one to 29 inches up the Great Egg Harbor River. He was throwing hard crankbaits, as per Dave. That's always a good sign. You know, kind of moving away from some of those soft baits, and now those stripers are starting to hit on some of those crankbaits and bucktails. Meanwhile, David Absecon Bay, he told me one of his bait guys down in South Jersey, fishing along the Delaware Bay, is finding bunker. And we're also hearing the same thing as far north as Newark Bay, according to Akira at True World Tackle. Now, guys fishing the high tide along the shore, along the front side beaches, Northern Ocean County, Southern Monmouth County, are also finding a little bite with some of those little guys, especially at the high tide. 4 or 5 inch paddle tails and swim shads are definitely doing a number on some of those smaller resident fish. Also a good sign. Now, we talked to Dennis at Murphy's Hook House, who said flounder catches are coming in from the Toms River throughout Barnegat Bay and upwards closer to the Maniloking Bridge. We've also gotten good reports of the winter flounder fishing at the Wall in Shark River, according to Bobby over there at Fisherman's Den. Meanwhile, it's only a matter of time before the Raritan Bayshore casters start reporting on some of the bloodworms and bass, putting them together along some of those early season hotspots, and talking to Phil at the tackle box. Again, it's only a matter of time before that fishery starts. While all eyes are on the yellow eyes, looking for them. This time last year along the Delaware Coast, we had the first reports of some of those early invading bluefish, and everybody's hoping that those bluefish will arrive soon, and we're looking forward to April, maybe even later this month, when those bluefish start to arrive in mass along the Jersey Shore. We did hear a rumor of a bluefish caught somewhere in the Barnegat Bay area this past week, but I can't confirm that, not sure. We do have an early start for so many things, though, like walleye on the Delaware River. Jimmy over at Harry's Outdoors, he said those, and of course the shad too. So if you're looking to get out to the Delaware River to try to shake some of those cobwebs, now's definitely the time, as we are getting those early reports of shad and walleye alike. Now, if the Hudson River is more your liking, here's something that's coming up next week. Captain Frank Tenor will be out at the Hudson River Fishermen's Association's Tuesday meeting and talking a little bit about the fishing up that way, so you might want to check in with the HRFA website. Of course, we do have a big weekend of events here throughout the New Jersey Delaware Bay edition of the Fisherman magazine. Saturday, the Fish Hawks will be holding their annual Fisherman's Flea Market at the Lacey Elks. You'll find that in our calendar of events in the March edition. The Asbury Park Plug Show is at the Asbury Park Convention Center this Sunday. Big crowds expected. A lot of folks will be standing in line early as DJ Muller's full article in the March edition outlines that. We'll be there. You'll find the Fisherman there. We'll also be out at the Oaks, Pennsylvania Convention Center. Once again, this weekend, Friday through Sunday, is the Greater Philadelphia Boat Show. So be sure to stop by. The Fisherman's booth will be there. We have the latest on the fluke fiasco and more events throughout the region posted over at the Fisherman magazine. And again, if you're on the Atlantic City Expressway sometime on Saturday, get off at that exit. Again, Berlin Cross Keys Road, right here in Sicklerville for the grand opening. Say hello to Chris and Adam and the folks here at Bait and Hook. And definitely it's worth a stop over if you were looking to find out about that new Tranks reel that we're talking about this week in our email forecast. So catch them up this weekend. Enjoy all the events. And until next week, we will see you over at thefisherman.com.
The fishing news is brought to you by Interlux Marine Paint, Okuma, and The Reel Seat at 707 Union Avenue in Brielle. Gear up now for back bay striped bass and ask for your free gift with any purchase.